Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Crypto News Podcast. It's your host, Matt. How we are buzzing as always, folks. What a rip in Dubai. That was so much fun. What an incredible spot. There's a reason why tons of biddlers in the space decide to set up their residence in Dubai. It's just absolutely incredible. If you haven't been, highly recommend it. Also, huge shout out to the Token 2049 team for having us. What an event. Beautiful grounds as well. Good to be back, very jet lagged, sort of sucks being in Toronto, especially when coming back from Dubai, but c'est la vie. Time for the intro. Today we have Gracy Chen coming back on the show for not round 2, but round 3. She's the Managing Director of Bitget and oversees the growth and expansion of global market strategy, execution, business, and corporate development of Bitget. She started her journey back in the crypto world in 2014, being an early investor in the early days of BitKeep, now Bitget Wallet, as Asia's leading decentralized wallet, and was also named a global shaper of the World Economic Forum in 2014. She has also been selected as delegate to attend the recent UN Women CSW68 conference, an event where the UN member states, representative, and social organizations get together to raise and discuss critical issues impacting gender equity and women's rights in New York. Gracy, always a treat having you on. Super pumped to have you back for round 3. How are you doing? How's everything?
Everything's great. By the way, some of you might know that I'm actually getting my degree from MIT. I'm wrapping that up. Very soon, I'll be relocating to Singapore. That's where I get my undergrad degree, where I lived 6 years or so. So more based in Asia in the future, but very excited right now about wrapping up my MIT degree.
That's awesome. I know last time we spoke, you were in Boston. You're currently in New York right now. What's it like living in Boston in sort of that, I guess, you have obviously Harvard and MIT, everything else, but like, could you sort of explain it for myself and the listeners? I've been to Boston a couple of times. I absolutely love it, but I've never really taken part in the whole, undergraduate or graduate studies scene in Boston. What's it like, buzzing around as a student, whether post-grad, pre-grad, whatever the case may be, but what's it like buzzing as a student in beautiful Boston, Mass?
So in Boston, I think the life is quite different from many other big cities such as New York or Singapore or Dubai that you've just been to. Boston is very academic, very intellectual, largely due to the two schools and also the very high, strong educational system there. Like it's not just these two schools. There are so many other colleges, high schools surrounded in the big Boston area or in Massachusetts in general. So whenever I'm in Boston, I feel I'm very much always a student, like always learn something new. Like this person who's just having Dunkin' Donut with you, like this stranger sitting next to you might be a billionaire who is the founder of a pharmaceutical company. Like then you just start a conversation about their like sort of like bio investment, for example, which I have no knowledge about. And then I educate that person about crypto investment. So that's some of the fun activities I have in Boston. And also because of going to school, I wear my backpack every day going to school. So I do look like a student. And I probably won't wear my fancy watch, my ring. By the way, this is my MIT ring. So I love it. So very much a student again, but I feel I learn so many things from everyone surrounding me. And that's one thing I love about Boston. Very educational, very intellectual, and very academics.
That's so cool. Let's jump right into crypto here. Heck, I think the last time I had you on was probably similar time. I want to say Q2, Q3 of last year. Last time, the first 2 times you and I chatted, we were in sort of no bueno territory. Definitely not a bull market. It was, I guess, most definitely a bear market. And are we in a bull market right now? Up for debate. I would say yes. Sort of just breaking through the first gates, breaking through the tough part before we go up only. A lot of things have happened. Bitcoin halving, ETF. Let's start with Bitcoin. Obviously, Bitget does a whole lot with Bitcoin. What's your sort of 2 cents on the current market as a whole and maybe tie in some Bitcoin, the post-halving update? Obviously, ETFs coming in. How has that impacted Bitget and the market as a whole?
First of all, I agree with you. Bull run. We are in the bull run right now. I would say 30 to 40% in the bull market. What I mean by that is, I guess, since October 2023, when Bitcoin was traded slightly more than 30,000 until today. I don't even know what's today's price. I'm guessing 65K. For the moment, let's do a quick fact check. Yeah, 64.553. So my gut feeling is pretty good. So well, this is a quite obvious growth from like double the price when it was October 2023. I also witnessed the halving. Well, I put in like this I think it's Swatch or anyway a website on my screen, and I look at that block being built right there, and took a photo of that. So that was like historical moments we were witnessing. So cool. And I guess the dynamics right now is first of all, the crypto market is not just crypto itself. It's a lot about the bigger financial TradFi industry, as well as the macroeconomics growth. So the recent decrease from the all-time high, which we hit about 1 month ago, I think a few weeks ago at 73K. Right now 64-ish, going up and down. I think this is largely due to Bitcoin halving, and then lots of people well, that's the economists, I would say, imagining that or suggesting that the U.S. interest rate cut may not happen this year, may have only one or even zero interest cut. So macroeconomics is affecting the crypto world a lot, I think in the short run. But in the long run, especially even not very long, but in the mid-long run, I think a reboot is definitely happening. And we're also seeing 60K of Bitcoin price is a very hard, strong supporting level. Right now, it's a little bit early to judge the direct impact of the halving, which I think is mainly, fluctuating. But also, Bitcoin is in the consolidation from the all-time high recorded before the halving. But 60K is a very strong support. 73K, the all-time high, is a very strong resistant level. So Bitcoin price fluctuating right now in terms of this range. But I'm definitely looking at Bitcoin price going up in the, for example, 6 to 18 months period of time. So that's why I call it a bull market, and also a 30-40% in the bull market.
It is pretty wild. What's your take on the whole being in the choppiness stage? Because it scares a lot of people, like everyone's always expecting up only. I mean, a lot of the coins that I'm involved in and look at, like it seems like we're in for a pretty, unless something macro or pretend, maybe not even macro, more so maybe we need a micro event. But heck, even yesterday, Stripe with the big announcement, nothing that didn't move anything as well either with the Solana integration. So it's like, what's going on? Are we just going to be in this chop phase for a couple months, and then is the top finally going to blow off? Or is Bitcoin and crypto now almost synonymous with TradFi, where we need interest rates to go down in order for a blow off top event to happen? It's a lot of very interesting theses that can play out in 2024. And heck, we're only in April. By the time this episode airs, it's again going to be end of April, not even halfway through the year yet. So pretty wild start to all this. Another topic I'd love to jump into, Gracie, is meme coins. Meme coins have been the talk of the town really all year long. I mean, in Q1, in the first probably 15, 20 days, it was all about the Bitcoin ETF that came out. Obviously, did impact the price of Bitcoin in a very positive way. But the last couple of months, it's literally been meme coin mania and nothing but that. I'd love for you to discuss sort of the recent surge in meme coin popularity. What's driving the interest in these coins? Obviously they're 99.999% speculative, but give me your 2 cents on meme coins as a whole. What's driven this popularity, and what does this signify for the whole broader crypto market?
Sure. If we want to talk about Memecoin, I guess an interesting example that I myself is personally involved a lot is Slurf. First of all, I have to disclose that I don't hold any Slurf token as of now. I bought a little, just like less than 10,000. So it's a very minimum amount in terms of my portfolio when it was just launched. So, participated at that time, sold already, made a little bit gain, not a lot, but I'm just more of an observer. But also because, well, Slurf burned all their token launch Solanas, so many exchanges are dedicating or promised to donate some of our transaction fees that we made out of Slurf to the Slurf community. And Bitget is the first exchange who just not just said, but really did it and put everything in a separate open wallet and send it to Slurf team directly. I think if you look at Twitter's like Slurf's Twitter and my personal Twitter, you get to see all the details. Like we are very transparent about those things. So why we supported Slurf largely because that is a very interesting story, and that is an accident that they had, which they kind of hurt some of their users. But we want to, as a industrial leader, we want to support the community and donate those transaction fees. This is our way of giving back to the community and crypto users and also Bitget users in general. But basically, I think Slurf is a very interesting meme coin. They had that accident. Everyone that was watching Twitter Space and be involved in terms of discussing their token. I also asked their one of their community member, like one like key founder or so, like when you had all these money or like all these like donations, what are you going to do? I think at that time when the Slurf issue blowed out at the beginning, I think they were quite clueless according to what they responded on Twitter Space, because they were like a little bit overwhelmed as well. I think they're also very young. They've never seen anything like this. One of the initiator also even cried in the Twitter Space that he is afraid of getting caught by FBI or something. I'm like, you didn't do anything wrong, and if you did fraud your user, you don't be afraid of FBI. That won't happen. That will happen to SPF, but not you. But anyway, so it's a very fun event, and we are very transparent about the transaction, our donation, and we think all the exchanges should do the same. That if they promise something, they should deliver. And then go back to Memecoin. So I think Slurf is an interesting example. Many meme coins are very much driven by community, by social media, by the so-called emotion.
Yeah.
And that's indeed why I'm not a big fan, because I might be too rational for meme coin. I do all the statistics, I calculate, just like my MIT mindset. But the meme coin is a very popular cryptocurrency asset class. And right now, the adoption of meme coin is a lot because of the many farmers or many of the stakers. They are buying some meme coin and because they see enormous growth potential. But I want to emphasize that many meme coins are driven by emotion. But there are meme coins who are more building on some innovations. But I guess that culture, that digital identity, that belongingness to this emotion, to this community is the main thing. And recently, within the past 1 or 2 years, we see lots of meme coins issued on Base or Solana, which have been very popular. But I also want our users to know that some of these trends may fade very fast. So if you are trading meme coins, you want to make sure, number one, hopefully it's not the majority of your asset class. Like I usually just advise my friends, if they ask me about like how much should they consider meme coin in their portfolio, I'm like, probably less than 5% in your whole portfolio. It's very it's very DJing. It's very volatile.
100%.
It's rather hard to talk about the fundamental values. So participate if you really like that community. And also meme coin, I guess, from the industry point of view, they can also attract some new audience, some people who are just interested in the meme coins idea, but don't take it too serious. They are meme coins after all.
Yes, well said. It is pretty wild though, Gracie, like how you're getting VCs, you're getting PE firms, you're getting massive financial institutions who are literally very interested in meme coins. And another question I always get asked, and again, you're running an exchange, you can definitely answer this better than I can. Like from an exchange perspective, how do you guys, as one of the biggest exchanges in the world, how do you pick and choose which coin gets on your exchange? Give us the non-obvious here. Obviously, good team, good tokenomics, a lot of volume, because you guys would never, list anyone without a shit ton of volume. But like, are there any sort of non-obvious check marks or boxes that need to get checked in order to get listed on a world-class exchange like Bitget?
Yeah, so you mentioned a few very obvious factors, which I pretty much agree. I guess many exchanges are looking at those factors. For us, one thing just to add to that pool of matrix, one important one that we look at, I don't know if all the other exchanges are, probably not. But one thing we value a lot is on-chain data. Why? Because on-chain data are very transparent, and also they cannot lie. But even if they are lies, you can easily, or with certain knowledge, you can detect them. Let me give you an example. So if a token, say they are very popular on certain centralized exchanges, but their DAX, and they are also available on DAX, but their DAX volume is awful, I usually doubt like that centralized exchange volume, whether it's true or not, especially if it's on some smaller exchanges. And then on-chain data also tells you not just the trading volume, but also how many wallets are holding them. There were tokens or there were projects approached me and they said, we kind of know you're looking at on-chain data. We have like 10,000 user wallets holding our token. And then we dig further, like we look at that 10,000 plus token wallets, they have certain pattern. And like there are certain, wallets that only have like 100 and there are many have like 500 of that token, blah, blah. Like that's the moment, this is like a little bit like cautious, right? So when we look at on-chain data, we look at different metrics. Just like when we look at social media, for example, Twitter, how popular the project is, we don't just look at the followers because it's just a one number, which can be fake. You can buy followers. We look at the interactiveness, the engagement. We also look at who are the big whales or influencers who are following this project. Because I've been following and like be friends, or they follow me, I follow them, blah, blah. But this is a very selective group of people that I personally know, or I personally trust, or I haven't even met, but I read their stuff before, I watched their interview before, and I know they know what they're doing. But if those people are not following this project, but you have like 200 followers, then I'm a little bit suspicious as well. So that says something about the social media. So when we do our token listing, we dig deep into all these matrices, which we think is important. It's so easy to be fraud or scam right now, just by some fake users, etc. But for us, we want to at least do our best to identify who are the good quality projects and then give our resource to support those projects. For example, when I talked to you earlier, I mentioned Athena, which was a project who approached me for personal investment when they were only valued at 40 million. But right now it's nearly $1 billion in terms of valuation. I didn't invest at that time, by the way.
No, it's
but this
crazy.
is a good quality project, and they are being they have been very innovative in terms of coming up with this stable coin, which doesn't require what USDC or USDT did in terms of fully or over collateralize, but also not Luna kind of, totally nonsense. They had a very good balance in terms of the DeFi and CeFi and all the innovation around finance and technology. Well, yeah, so these are some good quality projects that we want to support. And how we support it is like Athena did their launch pad at Binance, Bybit, and us. Only these 3 exchanges. All the other exchanges, they just did direct listing. Because I had a conversation with them and I told them that, the launch pad, what we have here is we have our users when they stake BGB, USDE, which is their stable coin, they get to earn free ENA, which is their the ENA token that is like the Athena token. So this listing fee or the tokens are distributed to the users who are first of all real users, and they need to do certain things. They need to do KYC. They need to go through anti-money laundering. And they are also actively participating in your community. And we also did a little bit Twitter space with the founder guy. Actually, the name of the founder is Guy. So I invited him to some marketing events at ours. We definitely talked about future partnerships opportunities, like maybe do earning or staking on our platform. Some of them are still in discussion, but this is what I mean. Like, we want to support the best quality projects and make sure it's integrated with our platform, with our investment team, with our incubation, with my marketing team, and to have a holistic partnership. And that's basically a big portion of my role right now.
I love that. Gracie, you're on a roll. We got to give a huge shout out to our sponsor of the show, Prime XBT. And when we get back, we are going to keep buzzing on everything Bitget, how AI tokens are outpacing Bitcoin, some AR, and we'll continue on the bull market and crypto adoption. Until then, huge shout out to Prime XBT, longtime friends of cryptonews.com and longtime sponsors of the Crypto News podcast. Prime XBT offers a robust trading system for both beginners and professional traders that demand highly reliable market data and performance. Doesn't matter if you're a rookie or a veteran, you can easily design and customize your layouts and widgets to best fit your trading style. Prime XBT is also running an exclusive promo for listeners of the Crypto News podcast. Use the promo code CryptoNews50 to receive 50% of your deposit credited to your trading account. Again, that is CryptoNews50 to receive 50% of your deposit credited to your trading account. And now back to the show with Gracie. Gracie, let's jump into AI tokens. AI tokens have been absolutely on fire, just like AI and TradFi as well. AI in realistically every aspect and area and integration of the world. We got to jump into AI tokens, how they're outpacing Bitcoin, how tons of AI tokens have been listed on all the world-class exchanges like Bitget and similar to Bitget. What's going on with AI tokens? Do they have long-term product market fit in crypto? And any predictions for sort of AI-focused crypto assets for 2024? All of that would be absolutely lovely.
First of all, I think AI tokens are phenomenon. NVIDIA has been growing tremendously since 2 years ago. It went down a little bit recently. And also, I think Meta's new quarterly report, when it came out, there were also some doubts in terms of the huge investment put into LLMs, the large language models, and what's the return going to be, which I think is expected. It does require lots of investment in GPUs, CPUs, in the data, etc. But we also see the output in terms of how ChatGPT, how Midjourney, Sora, all these different language model. Midjourney is the picture AI website, and then Sora is what OpenAI came out as the new video generator. All these tools are so cool. I also rely on them.
They are.
On my daily activities. Like, I use AI note taking. I used Midjourney and Leonardo AI, this photo drawing machine. I use Canva, which is the online PPT or for my design works. But they also utilize AI. But basically, AI is everywhere. I think this is something no one can doubt. But what I mean by AI tokens are phenomenon is that I think the AI tokens kind of represent the best of both worlds, AI and blockchain. There is FOMO, but they are also majority of them are still long-term growth. It may not deliver what they promise in day one, which is just unreasonable. But as far as the project is seriously building something, I think you should be able to see growth in the long run, because AI fundamentally is changing our lives. Whether it's very overvalued right now, I think it might be, but bringing down the price recently, from Meta, from NVIDIA, which is also giving us a good opportunity to reposition ourselves in the sector. I myself hold some secondary market investment in AIs. And I've talked to some primary market projects who are looking for venture capitalist funds in terms of the AI sector as well. I know they have very strong team. Like I know this team called MyShell. It's on Binance Launchpad. Their CTO was also my friend from MIT. Their CEO is a serial entrepreneur back in Web2 space. Yeah, so a solid team like this is the kind of AI team that you want to work with and endorse. And for AI in the long run, I think it's a lot of potential.
Agreed. It's we've only really scratched the surface and so much more to come as well. On Twitter, you've recently been speaking about AR, augmented reality, in tech and art and entertainment. Very, very interesting. AR was so popular from a thematic and sort of narrative standpoint a couple of years ago. Oh, AR goggles this, AR goggles that. But the trend in AR NFTs have been growing recently, and their impact on digital art and entertainment. And I'd love if you could talk a little bit about that in a couple, recent examples like DC's Batman NFTs as well.
I see lots of potential, but I also want to highlight, I think Vision Pro is not going to be mainstream at all. It's too expensive. It's still very heavy. The content inside of that ecosystem is pretty limited right now. And there's a reason it's called Vision Pro rather than Vision, because it's for pros or it's for very high-end users. And seeing it go mainstream, I think it's difficult. But also noticing that AR is not just about the headset. It's not VR. Well, AR is a lot about different screens. You can use your phone to play with AR, and that's another area I see some potential. And as you mentioned, many big names such as besides DC's Batman NFT, there are also lots of luxurious brands such as Gucci, such as Lamborghini, Adidas, many top brands, they have entered the NFT space. They've tried something with AR and VR. But I think right now, both NFTs and metaverse are a little bit of a buzzword in terms of they haven't fully delivered the potential in terms of how to, like, they can change gaming, designs, branding, etc. So when we look at a project like that, I'll look at tractions and I'll play with it myself and see whether it makes sense or not. Yeah, but I think AR is definitely something you can play with. It may not have such a high, long-term fundamental growing potential than AI, as if like AI has literally changed many aspects of our life, but I think AR hasn't been there yet.
Yeah, we still got some time left. Well said there. Gracie, we are getting a little tight for time. A couple more questions and we will wrap up. Really just trends in general. April 2024, crypto, blockchain, Web3 trends. Just got back from Token 2049. Some of the big ones that really sort of dominated the conference: Memecoins, RWA, aka real world assets, Deepin, artificial intelligence, really sort of the big four. And then also a lot of, governance in regards to DeFi platforms, self-adoption, self-custody, and of course the big exchanges like Bitget. What areas or trends of crypto excite you the most present day in April 2024?
Right now, my portfolio consists of Bitcoin, Ethereum, and many verticals that I personally feel very interested in. For example, Deepin AI is one of the sectors. Actually, yesterday, Natix, a Deepin project that I invested in, just announced their investment of how much, like slightly less than 10 million. That all the VCs and some angels, including myself, put in to support that Deepin project, which is a drive to earn project. They provide this device that you can attach to your car and collect data to create a map and many other geographical related data and put them on chain, and you also get reward as a driver. I myself is trying to put that on my Tesla when I drive. So I'll let you know more about my user experience, but right now I'm their investor. So Deepin is one of the sectors that I think has a lot of potential. Like for this example, this company, they have a very, very strong Germany, like those are Germany's, and they have PhDs, like they have technical background to build the infrastructure and do some real applications. Again, like I said, tangible applications and real users, real gamers. These are something that I look at when I do my angel investment. So Deepin AI is one sector that I'm passionate about. I think Bitcoin ecosystem is another interesting one. Because right now, after inscription, after BRC20, ARC20, some of these, and also Merlin Chain recently launched, like some of these projects, I think they are kind of building something similar as it was mainly on Ethereum before. Right now, there are Bitcoin NFT. There are Bitcoin layer 2. There are Bitcoin gaming and social projects.
Ordinals, runes, blowing up protocols, right now,
pups. So I think this is another interesting sector that I'm looking at, because Ethereum ecosystem have been growing for many years, but Bitcoin just started in terms of the ecosystem growth. There are a few launches coming up that I'm excited about, like Puffer Finance. I met their founder at Harvard Blockchain Week 2 weeks ago. We had some chat about their project. I know they are pre-issuing their token very soon. Eigenlayer, that's another big one coming up in terms of token issuing. So some of these ecosystems, you want to make sure that you're paying attention.
Love it. Gracy, thank you so much for coming on. As always a treat having you on the show. Before you go, can you please let our listeners know where they can find Bitget and, of course, yourself personally online and on socials?
Sure. So I have the same account, Gracy Bitget, across various social medias, but I would prefer someone contact me mainly from Twitter space if I haven't known you. But Gracy Bitget, GracyBitget, very straightforward. Same name, same handle on social medias. And there were fake accounts of me, so be very careful if it's not a verified Gracy Bitget account. And what else? And also, let's know if you see a fake account. Let's sue them.
Yes.
Let's report them.
100%.
Yeah. Because I've had friends told me that's happening. I'm flattered, by the way. But let's be cautious about scammers. Happy to chat more. Always happy to be guest with Matt. We want to be very updated about the whole industry. Would love to share more thoughts of me on the industry, and I do make lots of tweets on my Twitter account. So be sure to follow me on that and let us know if you have a good project that you're building, or if you have a product feedback that you want to let me know about Bitget.
Amazing. Gracy Chen coming on the show for the third time, Managing Director of Bitget. Huge shout out to Gracy and the team for making this happen. We discussed everything crypto related, the current bull run, Memecoin, Mania, AI tokens, getting listed on exchanges like Bitget, and of course, everything Bitget related. If you guys enjoyed this one, I hope you did. Please do subscribe. It would mean the world to my team and I. Speaking to the team, love you guys. Thank you so much for everything. Eustace, you're the man. And back to the listeners, love you guys. Keep on growing those bags and keep on staying healthy, wealthy, and happy. Bye for now, and we'll talk soon.